A suspended Dauphin County district judge accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend in his sleep has been found guilty of attempted murder.
That's crazy. Women can't even murder right. It's like, like how do you not kill somebody if you shoot them in their sleep? It's like you have one job. What up, guys? Welcome to my reaction series. Today, we're going to talk about not electing modern women. So, because of feminism, we have seen even more women elected to positions of power. There are more mayors, judges, and members of Congress than ever before. Feminists make the assumption that just because an elected official is a woman, they will be a better candidate. Now, it's time to prove them wrong. Over the next 10 to 15 years, we are going to see more modern women in elected positions abusing their positions of power. God help. God help us. Here are some current examples of why you shouldn't elect modern women.
The mayor of a Burlington County township is facing charges after police say she was driving under the influence with her 2-year-old in the car. Police say she was driving erratically.
Cooked. Yeah.
And an open container of alcohol, they say, was in the vehicle. Tonight, her family is asking for grace, saying she needs help.
Put that hoe in jail. The men don't get grace. You're drunk driving with a 2-year-old in the car. I got no sympathy. It is not that hard to just not, like, if you're going to get drunk and put yourself in danger, that's fine. I mean, I'd rather you didn't, you know, but if you're going to do it, but like there's like a special place in hell for people that are drunk driving with their kids. You know.
Tuesday night, Rick Osprey Hall is joining us. The big story on Action News is the arrest of Lumberton's mayor.
Investigators say she was driving impaired yesterday, and police were made aware of this incident because of a witness recording video showing the mayor driving in a way that was dangerous to other people out there on the road.
New Jersey correspondent Trish Hartman is live for us in Lumberton. And Trish, you had a chance to speak with the mayor's husband today.
I did.
Did you give him a divorce attorney? You might be able, you know what? One of the few dads that I met that won custody, like full custody of his kid. Yeah, the mom did, like she did this. Like men literally have to go to the ends of the earth to get custody of their kid, I swear. She won custody at first and then she drank and drove with her kid and then he got it back. So.
And he tells me that she is now entering treatment after this. Court records say Mayor Gina LaPlaca picked up her toddler from daycare, and the child was allegedly in the car as she drove while under the influence. Lumberton's mayor, Gina LaPlaca, has been charged with driving under the influence and endangering a child in the car with her.
Gina is someone who has struggled and is now getting that help that she needs. I ask that everyone keep her in their thoughts as she moves forward on her road to recovery.
According to court documents, a witness took video yesterday of a driver unable to stay in their lane and nearly hitting a utility pole. Police located that vehicle at the home of Gina LaPlaca, where she allegedly admitted to officers that she had been drinking and had recently picked up her 2-year-old from daycare. Court documents also say an open container of alcohol was found in the car. LaPlaca's husband told Action News she's now seeking treatment for addiction.
Gina's a loving and caring mother and stepmother. Our oldest is a teenager, can see all the unkind things online. And
me. That's me. As most of you know, I have been fighting on the front lines of the simp epidemic for years, but I need to tell you about a quiet weapon being ratcheted up against men that is rarely talked about. It's not just the relentless anti-masculinity propaganda and OnlyFans hoes causing the societal issues that we discuss on this show. Did you know that the average city's tap water contains trace pharmaceuticals and endocrine disruptors? This often includes estrogen from birth control. The average adult consumes a credit card worth of plastic every single week. That's 5 grams of plastic a week on average. So it's no wonder that the average male's testosterone is half of what the average was 50 years ago. Testosterone levels decline 1% a year, and without a course correction, we are headed towards extinction. No matter how based you are, you need to be naturally boosting your testosterone. My friends at Chalk, CHOQ.com, are on a mission to save mankind from extinction by boosting your vitality. Chalk's Male Vitality Stat contains premium and potent herbs clinically studied to naturally boost your testosterone levels, sperm count, and overall vitality. Just one of the many Ingredients in the male vitality stack was studied in double-blind human clinical trials to boost total testosterone 20% in 90 days. When you boost your testosterone, you'll have more mental clarity, you're more capable of making decisions and taking risks. Having high testosterone will also affect your pheromones, so women will find you more attractive subconsciously. Get the Chalk Male Vitality Stack right now on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. Use my name Pearl as your coupon code and you'll get 25% off site-wide on chalk.com. That's CHOQ.com. My name Pearl is the discount code. Yeah, I'm one of them.
I just simply ask that you.
I don't care at all. No sympathy. You're 18. You want me to feel bad for your 18-year-old? Kid's 18. You know, people used to go to war at like 18. Like women used to have like 3 children by that age. But you can't take your, do you know what I mean? It's like, but your 18-year-old adult, not child, adult. It's like, I don't know why we just forget that like men can be charged with crimes. They can operate military technology, but somehow I'm supposed to, you can't take criticism for something that's valid to criticize. Yeah, I don't feel bad at all.
Respect our privacy.
LaPlaca was elected to township committee in.
Yeah, you're a publicly elected. Privacy is for people that don't go in public positions, right? That's like part of the job. You might not like that part of the job. It's pretty annoying. But like, for example, if I'm crab fishing in Alaska, part of the job is I might die. Do you know what I mean? You might not like that you might die, but you know, that's part of it. Same thing with YouTube. But like, I have 3-hour hit pieces on the internet about me. It just is what it is, you know? And I didn't even do anything illegal, right?
2020 and re-elected in 2023. She recently left her position as business administrator for Neptune Township, her husband said, for political reasons. We spoke with folks about the allegations against her.
I mean, you don't really know what someone is going like through behind closed doors. Anybody else, they'd probably like be in jail maybe or something like that. So I feel like that should be the consequence.
What do you think? One in the comments if you think that'll be the consequence. It won't be the consequence.
LaPlaca is due to appear in court on April 28th. Township officials and the...
Okay, like, what do we got next? Who's next? So the female mayor of Oakland was recalled and now faces federal charges.
We begin tonight with those published reports that a federal grand jury has indicted former Oakland Mayor Sheng Tao and her longtime partner, Andre Jones. This comes 7 months after the FBI raided Tao's home. NBC Bear's Valina Jones joins us live with what city leaders and the people who supported the effort to remove Tao from office are saying this evening.
Well, Jessica, the San Francisco Chronicle is citing sources reporting that Tao has been indicted. Meanwhile, the Mercury News is reporting that her partner, Andre Jones, has been indicted. We should note that the FBI has not confirmed any of these indictments, but we do know that this comes after months of investigation and speculation. Now, this all started back in June when the FBI raided then Mayor Sheng Tao's home, taking away several boxes. The same day, agents raided the homes and businesses of multiple members of the Duong family, who own Cow Waste Solutions, an Oakland recycling contractor. Tao and Jones have both repeatedly denied any wrongdoing. Tao also publicly stressed that she was not the target of any investigation. The then mayor also publicly criticized the FBI for the timing of the raid, noting it happened amid a growing push to recall her from office.
She criticized the timing? So let me get this straight. She allegedly did something illegal.
Of city business.
Shocked, disappointed, but absolutely maintaining my commitment to moving us out of this mess and doing all that I can to restore the people's trust. And that's going to need a whole lot of elected officials and appointed officials on board if we're serious about making that happen.
We've known for a while that we've alleged that we believe that Sheng Tao is a deeply corrupt individual. And my thought is that Oakland owes us a debt of gratitude. Imagine if she was still the mayor of Oakland. At least now, she's no longer the mayor of Oakland. We're already well underway in picking a new leader.
Last July, the city of Oakland was ordered to hand over records tied to the city contracts with California Waste Solutions, along with a group called Evolutionary Homes, and documents tied to Tao's partner, Andre Jones. That subpoena also demanded records tied to the 2022 mayoral election. Tonight, the U.S. Attorney's Office and federal officials announced they will hold a press conference tomorrow morning to detail what they're calling a significant law enforcement action. Tonight, many believe that's when we'll hear more about both.
Cooked. That's it. Cooked. All right, next we got a district judge found guilty for shooting her boyfriend in his sleep. Wow.
WGAL News 8 begins with breaking news.
And welcome back to News 8 at noon, everyone.
Oh my gosh, she's got the crazy eyes.
Brian Roach, that breaking news, a suspended Dauphin County district judge accused of shooting her ex-boyfriend in his sleep has been found guilty of attempted murder. News 8's Tom Lehman joins us live from Harrisburg with more on the verdict.
Yeah, Brian, that verdict coming in just a little bit under 2 hours of deliberation by this jury here at the Dauphin County Courthouse here in Harrisburg. And they found Sonia McKnight guilty of attempted murder as well as
He didn't die? How do you, okay, now I'm very glad he survived, okay? But do you know how bad at murder you have to be to not be able to kill someone when they're sleeping? Do you know what I mean? That's like the easiest target. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm going to keep listening.
Aggravated assault in this case that stems from what prosecutors have argued from the very beginning was an incident involving her shooting her ex-boyfriend who had just broken up with her a week prior at his Susquehanna Township home. This incident happening last year, February 2024. Prosecutors saying McKnight was the only person who could have shot her ex-boyfriend, Michael McCoy, in that home. McCoy said he could not see when he woke up in excruciating.
That's crazy. Women can't even murder right. It's like not all. Obviously, there's, keep with the guidelines. There's good female murderers out there too, I'm sure, but it's like how do you, I know this sounds bad because I'm not trying to minimize what he went through, and I'm very happy that he made it, but if I'm just being honest here, how do you not kill somebody if you shoot them in their sleep? It's like you have one job.
Creating pain during the overnight hours of February.
I bet she didn't want to kill him. She just wanted to teach him a lesson or something. It's like
10th. He couldn't tell who shot him, but he was adamant that he did not shoot himself. And to his knowledge, McKnight was the only other person in the home when he went to bed. We heard from Cumberland County District Attorney Sean McCormack just shortly ago about the case. He was prosecuting to help avoid any conflicts of interest with county and state law enforcement.
I think what I talked about in my closing is using your common sense. That's what I urge the jurors to do. There were two people in that house and only two people in that house. And one of them, the one who was shot, said he did not shoot himself. The logical conclusion is the other person did it.
She'll get off, I bet. They don't. Women are fighting for society to be just as unfair to us as it is to men. And I don't think we're there yet, but I do think at some point we'll start getting as harsh of sentences as men.
Fox 32 has obtained...
All right, so this woman, what did she do? So the mayor of Dalton, Illinois is investigated. Okay. Do you know what? A funny thing people don't know about Illinois is that we're called the Windy City. Not because of the wind, that's what everyone thinks, but it's actually because of the politicians. Because when I was a kid, it was I think I had 2 governors in a row that went to jail for selling seats. Or I was pretty young, so I don't really remember too well, but I just remember that definitely happened once. I think maybe twice.
Copies of the 2 federal subpoenas served on Thornton Township on Friday. And there are 2 big takeaways. Tiffany Henyard is clearly a target of the criminal investigation, and that investigation is growing.
Overall, it tells me that the investigation is expanding. It's not just focusing on the city of Dalton.
Former FBI agent Ross Rice says the subpoenas revealed the burgeoning scope of the federal criminal investigation into Thornton Township Supervisor and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. One subpoena focuses entirely on Henyard, including 2 businesses she owns, a restaurant and a property management company, as well as Henyard's political fund and the charity bearing her name. It asks for all records, including personnel files, wage and tax statements.
Cooked. Do you think she even knows where the tax files are? Cooked. Done. She doesn't have any of this.
Attendance, records of work performed, contracts, and checks written to cash.
The mayor and the township supervisor, who are one and the same, appear to be the primary focus of the investigation.
The second subpoena requests a kitchen sink of township records, including financial reports, budgets, payroll records, and ordinances covering credit card purchases, expense reimbursements, security details, and the use of vehicles.
Mayor Officer Young put in for 303 hours in a 2-week period. 303 hours.
Fox 32 has reported extensively about Henyard's use of a police security detail, which police say has hampered their ability to fight crime.
So let me get this straight. She gets to be the mayor of this small town and has them be her security detail instead of like using it for the people of the town. Women can be such assholes sometimes.
You need security to protect you from questions from reporters?
The subpoena also asks for payments and credit card expenditures for a number of township employees, including Henyard's top lieutenant, Keith Freeman, some township trustees, and Henyard's boyfriend, who runs the township's youth violence prevention program.
Hey, y'all, this is Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Supervisor Henyard, the people supervisor.
The subpoena...
Women don't want to do jobs. Not all. They just want to look cool on Instagram. Like, I think that's more the purpose.
So focuses on township travel, including a story first reported by Fox 32 and the Illinois Answers Project about a trip Henyard took to Springfield in 2022 with Dalton and Thornton Township employees, ostensibly to raise money for a cancer charity in her name. We wondered who was paying for all of this. And so are the feds, who ask for records of municipal resources being used on behalf of Friends of Tiffany Henyard, her political fund, and charitable organizations, including the Tiffany Cares Foundation, which involved a $10,000 donation of taxpayers' money made by the township.
So she made a charity for cancer and stole $10K from the taxpayers. Oh, this is a terrible human being.
It's very broad in the scope. It's very broad in the number of people and entities they're asking for records on. So there must be some serious allegations of wrongdoing that they're trying to get to the bottom of.
It's the second round of federal subpoenas. On April 20th, 4 FBI agents served a pair of subpoenas on the village of Dalton, asking for the personnel files of 29 employees.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Stephanie Wiedemann is a former township employee turned whistleblower who's been helping the FBI in its investigation.
What do we want? Our township back!
Over the weekend, she took part in a rally of Thornton Township residents.
Women will eat each other. That's the thing, fellas. You don't even have to fight women, because women will just fight each other for you. You know what I mean? So you guys are like, oh, I can't fight a woman. That's okay. The women will just we'll eat each other, you know.
Calling on Henyard to resign. Wiedemann says the latest subpoenas are a welcome sign.
I hope that the township finds a way to be able to recoup the damage that has been done. But I hope that the people that did the damage, there's repercussions for making bad decisions.
Yeah, cooked. Another female mayor arrested for a DUI. We got next.
Delaware County Mayor, meantime, was arrested last night on suspicion of driving under the influence.
Women and their wine nights. Have you guys ever dated a woman? Like, I had a friend when I was younger. She got really, really big. And it was because she would drink like 2 bottles of wine a week. And I remember thinking, like, that's kind of a lot, you know. Oh, wait, no, it would be like every day. It'd be like every other weekday. I don't know. It just got worse. She got fat. You can't really drink on a regular basis and be thin. It's tough. Unless you're on Coke. That's the workaround. I couldn't figure out, sorry, a little tangent. I couldn't figure out how these women would go out clubbing all the time and be thin. Coke. Yeah.
Influence officials say that Upper Darby Mayor Barbara Ann
she kind of just looks like a wine mom. We can't really take when our looks, because you could tell she's probably cute when she was younger. We can't really take it when we're like invisible to the world. It's kind of like how you guys can barely take it when the world like shits on you, but you're used to it, right? We're not used to it. Like we go into places, we're the center of attention as long as we're pretty. Everyone like bows down to us pretty much, gives us special treatment and favors. You guys don't even know what that's like, you know? But that's why men are, I think, happier with so less, because we're like celebrities from a young age, you know? Like, do you know what I was thinking about? I've never known what it's like. Like, if I go into a bar, like people are going to talk to me. I would never know what it's like to go into a bar and like not have people talk to me. But I think that's like a normal experience for men. Like I I'm sure I know one day I'll no need to humble me in the comments. I know it's coming, but I'm like, I don't even know what that's like. But even her, like, if she went into a bar, somebody's gonna do it. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it never comes, but it just, like, we notice if we get 5% less attention. So when it starts to get to be 50, 60%, we're cooked.
Driving on Route 322 in Chichester Township with a flat tire and a broken headlight. Keffer was given sobriety tests on scene. Police say that she had slurred speech, bloodshot eyes, and was unable to be stable. She was taken to the police department where officers say she refused a blood test. And now the mayor's office released a statement that read, quote, last evening, Mayor Barbara Ann Keffer was involved in a traffic incident and plans to cooperate fully with local authorities in Upper Chichester. The mayor was arrested on suspicion of DUI and released. Mayor Keffer and her family request.
Yeah, cooked. Who's next? All right, we got a California congresswoman resigns. Oh, no. Due to inappropriate relationships with staffers.
A fall from grace for a California congresswoman once seen as a rising star in the Democratic Party. Freshman Katie Hill
cooked.
Just announced she is resigning amid a bizarre scandal involving racy photos and an alleged affair with a congressional staffer. She just tweeted this. It is with a broken heart that today I announce my resignation from Congress. This is the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I believe it is the best thing for my constituents, my community.
Yeah, if Bill Gates can't get head in the Oval Office as the president of the free world, he can't get a blowjob, then you, Katie, you cannot bang your staffers either. If Bill Clinton can't do it, you can't do it.
And our country. And CNN national correspondent Kyung Law is joining us now on the phone. Kyung, why this decision now? What changed today? Do you know?
It's a little difficult to know exactly what the turn was. I had been hearing day by day that the sentiment was changing inside the office. This is not an easy decision. This is a very close, very tight, and also very young office. They're idealistic. They are new to Congress, and they had a lot of dreams, a lot of hopes, especially being led by someone so young and so energetic, who had a lot of ideas and was looking at
and she was energetically throwing it back, you know? It just is what it is.
Launching pad for those ideas. I don't know exactly.
Tell me, would you guys do it if this was your boss? Would you do it? Be honest. Don't cat. She made it really easy. You're working late. Now, I want two scenarios. Would you do it if she was your boss? And would you do it if you saw her in a bar?
What changed, but we know that something did. And it's hard to know if it's exactly something with Katie Hill or an outside force. But in this letter that she has given out on her Twitter feed, it's that she didn't want to suffer anymore. She was having these private photos of personal moments, she writes, weaponized against me. And she calls it an appalling invasion of my privacy, that it is.
Can you imagine if Bill Gates, not Bill Gates, Bill Clinton said, this was an appalling invasion of my privacy during intimate moments when Monica Lewinsky was, you know. Can you imagine that?
Illegal.
And Monica, she's got to be single, right? She's cooked. I mean, once you've blown the leader of the free world, you're done. You're done. Cooked, done. Like here's the thing. If women go too high, there's no going back down, right? I mean, like, you can't go up that high and then be happy with like an average Joe, you know, like, so, I mean, if you're going to do it, I say go for gold. I mean, you were competing with Hillary Clinton. Now she might kill you. So that is a problem. But like, if I was her, I would just double down and I would just go for second wife, you know, because I'm like, now it's very possible, or I'd just go for head mistress because you're cooked after that. Done. You might as well just get the money, be a mistress, and be happy, you know. Quit your job and just continue to be a mistress.
And what I can tell you, Anna, in talking to people who have seen these personal photos that have not yet been released, the fear is that more of them were going to come out. And what do those photos show? That's the big fear.
Her being a whore. Yeah.
This is, a millennial. This is a woman who has grown up with cell phones and photos throughout her entire life. Anyone who is a millennial who has grown up with a phone in your hand as part of a cell phone can understand living out loud with an Instagram account. So I think a lot of this is the fear. Hill says that all of this is pain being inflicted from a divorce. We have reached out to her husband.
Yeah, can you imagine if Bill Clinton was like, oh, this was just pain inflicted because we were having problems in our marriage.
And he is not.
Men don't get the privilege of an excuse, right? They just have to say, yep.
Apply to us. But what we can say is that this is the end of a very promising congressional career. Someone who was able to raise an astounding amount of money running against an incumbent.
Yeah, I mean, we're cooked. Anyways, guys, men have abused positions of power in history, but let's not pretend women are any better. When women are given power, we just have a tendency, not always, but we can be very evil with it. So now these news stories are really showing that. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please like the video on your way out, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.